Hello guys.
Bonjour.
So Philippox, what's for you to be IGL?
It means to be the most annoying guy in the team, bro.
Oh.
I have to pick up in everyone like.
+1.
Yeah,
I agree.
it's kind of bad, but in some ways it's really good. Like to tell people what to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also think it's good if you have another guy that can be like that, you know,
Yeah.
that can be like saying, guys, we can, like individually you can't be doing that, you can't be doing that. Because if you're always the guy, like it feels like they can start being annoying and you don't want to do that, obviously.
And also, you don't want to be the guy that's hated in the team.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like you're always the one telling you, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
So if you're all like on the same page, then it's a lot easier to do your job.
I was saying like holding everyone to a standard and like understanding like having an identity, I guess, also is like the IGL is kind of enjoyable at least. So, like your team understands and like buys in and like you all play a certain way.
I mean, that's where the coach also is good, right, on the aspects, you know, to have a coach that can do some of the hard work of telling people, you know, so you don't have to do everything yourself.
Right now we're the IGLs. We're here, and our team is in the pool in the hotel.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah,
some responsibility,
some
for sure.
responsibility.
Us always working, them. That's what happens.
No, I'm agree with all of you. Also, I think it's high pressure because you have like what about like about me? I feel like if we lose, I'm mainly the reason why we lose. You know, because I'm making the decision in game and I'm giving the key and everything.
Yeah, and if you're a good IGL, I think you're going to take the responsibility for the team. You know, you have to take it because you are the one calling the shots. So I agree with you. It's a lot of pressure.
Especially in a game like Siege, like you like as the IGL, like you are the main problem solver of like understanding like what you want to put like your pieces basically and like what utility, what you need to clear to help you enable them when they're around.
That's why it's also good having that second person too, because
Yeah.
hey, say none of us are going to be right 100% of the time, and so like as I see, to have people that also see the game from like a high level, like strategically, that can also call is like so beneficial.
You need the credit, I feel like, you know, like if you are telling these people all the time, you also need to be like there to be sure that you are giving positive reinforcement, you know. Like if you are going to say when you do something bad, you need to make sure you also say once they do something good, otherwise
Yeah,
it,
it's negative.
it's just negative balance,
Yeah.
you know. You need to always make sure it's positive or neutral, you know, kind of thing.
I feel like as well, you need to have aura.
Yeah.
Like you need to know how to tell people like the good way. People need to listen to you. Like I mean, you can be like really intelligent in the game, but if people don't listen to you when you speak, then you will not be a good IGL.
Yeah, respect, yeah.
That's true.
So, what do we think is the best and worst maps?
The best map is Border.
Yeah, no,
By
he
far,
says that
no.
because he's in East Airs, one trick. he must have like 10 KD on East Airs and officials.
Just with smoke. Just
Yeah,
paint-
smoke it around.
And I think the worst map I would say is Labs. I don't like Labs, bro. It's just a clubhouse, a smaller clubhouse. Bro.
I literally think it's the same thing. I think it's like played like Clubhouse.
It's a smaller clubhouse.
Yeah.
Can you-
And clubhouse is already small, so.
Can you go more about Border? For example, like we like Border as well, but I would say as a map, I don't think it's that good because you're playing the exact same round every single round. It's
Yeah.
a East or CC every round, you know.
To be honest, I'm kind of biased. Like tactically wise, it's not a really good map. I can agree with that. But I like to play the map. Like I think it's really a gun skill map. It's a really you have to be skilled to play the map.
My worst map is Border.
I could have guessed that.
Just before you said it's your best map, your favorite map. And my favorite map is Bank.
Ah, of course, BDS.
So Border, I think, like you
Bank is
said,
good.
it's boring. And it's a lot of gunfights, and I like gunfights. But for me, is nothing about like strategically most of the time.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's why for me it's not the Rainbow Six I like, you know. So that's why that's not a map I like. And Bank, it's for me one of the most strategic map. Sometimes can be boring, I think. I mean, every map we can do all the same thing, but I feel like on Bank you have a lot of like individual reaction on what the enemy team does and a lot of strategy. So that's why for me.
With West, I'll go with you as well, Bank. It's just not even anything about strategy-wise. I just feel like I've had my best games on Bank, so I just like it. And then West map, I don't even know, you know. I would probably put Sky up there, just really hard to attack, but it's still playable, I still like it. But I don't even have I like all the maps, to be honest. Cafe as well, but just because like we can't play Cafe. But I still don't think it's a bad map, but we just can't play Cafe.
I think best map is Cons. I just like the different way you like play it, and it's just kind of like you can attack it in so many different ways, like, and the pacing can always be changed, and like it has a lot of windows. Don't get me wrong, but that kind of helps the map because there's different ways to like entry into the building, and you can always rotate to a window late and cause like a whole new attack. And then the worst map, I hate Clubhouse because it just kind of got stale like over the years.
What about Labs, bro?
I mean, it's just kind of newer, but I do also hate Labs because I think it's just like you said, a smaller Clubhouse that's played out the same. But it's just because it's newer. It's kind of like I'm not like sick of it yet. But Clubhouse has been the same maps, played the same way. You can predict every attack based off like what walls they open in the first 20 seconds. Like, it's just the most boring map by far.
Your point about club, obviously, mine's always been club favourite because I'm a firm believer the better team wins on club. Maybe not now with the bans because it's like you can make it like it just really easy. But I just thought like club-wise, strategically, it's just like
Strategically, it's the same map.
well,
It's
yeah,
never
but
changed.
it's like who's better at the basics. In my opinion,
Yeah, this is the basics.
that's
There's the
true.
club. It's like who's better at the basics.
Well-
and it's like you're gonna punish teams that try to skip steps and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why
What's your worst map?
Chalet.
Chalet.
Only because it just feels like sometimes defending on that map feels like
You're ISO'd.
you're in a cell.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Have you seen WWE when they're all in the cage? That's what it feels, that's what it feels like on Chalet sometimes.
That's true.
All right. What do you guys think of the new ban system?
I definitely think it's good, refreshing.
I really like it, bro. I think every map was like being played the same, and with the new bans, every game is like different. So
Yeah,
I like
mean,
it.
attacking can definitely be a lot harder now, like especially if you're not prepared for it.
Really? I actually would have said the other way around.
Really?
I actually think because like on attack you have like so many like oppressing ops like the shields, Ying, Grim, Glaz, all that kind of stuff. On defense you have like it's not like crazy defense. Like, there's just like classic operators. Like smoke on bank is like a classic.
I was just thinking. I was thinking more about around the art bridges. You know, like a lot of maps are about opening the walls and you being able to.
Yeah.
ban
I get
them.
that's definitely like club and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you're not like having the counter bans on the attack to ban the defenders, like imagine like just giving a scenario, you get Maverick banned and you have Bandit and Kate open. You're like on a clubhouse or on a night
Labs,
tavern.
Labs was bad back in the
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, they can be cooked.
I think it also like makes it so you have to have like a bigger bag. Like you have to understand how to play like with certain bans, and like you can't just crutch like certain operators compared to like how people used to. Like for instance, like your teammate Zach, Spirits, he mained.
Oh, I know.
He made Blitz, and BB every time, so like he was able to just kind of no bag those. But like now because of that, you have to develop like a better understanding of like more
that's what
operators.
Space
Is he on Fraud Watch for these events?
Spirits,
that's
I've
fine.
scrimmed him, and I would say
Definitely
he
not
learned
Fraud Watch.
He learned to crutch a new op.
That's fine, exactly.
wait to
Pick your poison. You ban 2 shields.
That's all I'm saying. I just learned to crutch a new
okay.
op. That's all I did.
That's nice info here.
Yeah, but now you got guests with jockeys.
Now, I would add one thing you guys didn't talk about. I think Savage, you did a bit. It will be also a lot of mind game. I think,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
you said, if you just ban Bandit Cade and you just don't ban anything to annoy the opening bridge for the attacker, for example, the game can be really bad for you on one side. Or,
Yeah.
or like if you ban Warden, for example, and any team is just playing Glass Ying for 3 rounds,
Yeah.
that can be really annoying.
Especially on the long run. Imagine like you're running like the same operator bans for quite a few matches, and then just on the grand final you swap it up, and the team is like not expecting it or didn't read into it at all. Like that could end the entire map, you know.
That's also why I kind of do and don't like it because like club for example, it used to took like actual like brain power to go getting breaches off. Like on Labs 2, it would take like skill, and there's teams here, in my opinion, which can now just ban 2 Warden Arlops, takes 0 IQ, wall open.
Surely
back in the day, they'd be on the wall for like a minute.
Yeah.
Like just scratching their head. Like,
Yeah, but then if you if
But
the
then you
team
punish 'em.
bans
If-
like Kaiden bandits, like
Yes.
the default ban,
Yeah, then you
and
have-
you ban Termite and Ace, like the ban that they did,
100%.
it goes to the trash, you know.
Yep.
Knee ban Felma Ace, BB Blitz up.
It is about that. It's like you
That's what it is.
You ban a few like a Warden, so to force them onto banning a Ing or a Glass, and then you go and you just play the shields or
That's
vice
what
versa.
I think this event's going to be. I think the team that's going to go far are the teams that just abuse the bans the most.
and they are able to adapt on the spot.
I also think a big thing with like banning like Warden specifically, like on Obster you have to play like the site, like the floor above. You can't play the win con of like killing like planners or anything from the top. So you have to like learn like you have to have a new strat basically to like stop it.
Overall, I think it's really refreshing.
Yeah, for sure. Refreshing is like the best word to describe it. Especially because like maps like Clubhouse that were being played the exact same for years.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new map almost.
You're on border, defense, you're holding Teller's bomb site. You have lost office control, the enemy team controls armory, archives, office and east stairs. You're facing Deimos, Ram, Ace, Thatcher and Buck. You're free to pick your 5 operators. How do you retake upstairs control?
We need Oryx, I mean, so we can flank up like the CC hatch while we're like walking up like metal.
That's what I was going to say.
good.
You have to have something because you literally they have to stare at one staircase.
Yeah.
So yeah, unless you
Maybe a Valkyrie to
Falcons.
have intel.
Yeah. Maybe like C4 while like you're walking up or something.
Yeah. C4 metal, like top metal there.
Yeah.
main thing
Right
is
up.
you don't all go up. You still got to leave 2 people. So like when you
Yeah,
actually,
someone to hold the bomb.
Yeah, when you
maybe a
push-
smoke, some
Yeah.
warden. I don't know.
Maybe.
it's also like timing as well. Like, so like, for example, usually teams are on fountain invert to workshop. So like as soon as you're pushing the 90 rotate, you come to the guy that's walking workshop to like push bathroom.
Yeah.
all that kind
Probably
of stuff.
force them to, as they're dropping, to start doing the retake
Yes.
as well.
But that is definitely a hard one. Retaking that one is a hard one.
I mean,
for
the
sure.
two flanking on metal, like you should double flank, but like kind of just like your favorite guns, I guess. Like whatever you want to flank up.
You still got like as well the drops, like if you're holding workshop, if they didn't make fights out everywhere, you can still hold the drop quite easily,
Yeah.
and then tell us you can
Yeah.
also deny the plant on the journal and bind the wall. So I think you leave 2 people signed and put out a free to flank metal
Yeah.
and the CCS.
And the operators. Valkyrie, Oryx, and what more?
I don't really know, to be fair.
Because wait, they're ending bathroom, right?
Yeah.
Because if they're in
In
tellers
theory.
and you got customs control, you can kind of
No, they
maybe
will end bathroom.
maybe. Huh?
They will end bathroom.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Unless
they-
they're trolling. Unless it's EFAC call, they might end. They might end tellers.
So maybe you put a smoke.
Yeah,
to-
smoke as well for the bathroom.
Yeah, for the
Probably
bathroom.
like you probably realistically have like a warden, probably like near the side at least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing any setup upstairs, you know, castle is always good on.
yeah.
And you can maybe castle off bathroom.
And to be honest,
Tell us.
someone would be dead already. I
Yeah.
think in this scenario.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think you guys give all the key. When they have armory, archive, fontaine, office, and east control,
It's too much.
the
yeah.
key is literally you retake east, CC with Valcam and push up metals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one holding the side hatch.
Very specific.
And
now.
after it's border. At the end, if you don't win your gunfights, you just
You're
lose the
going to
game.
lose.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Unless you have shields.
oh, I remember this one.
What's important to you guys to IGL? Like, what do you need from people to enable you to IGL?
I think main thing is trust. They're like confidence and trust in you because there's nothing worse than like, you know, you have a call and someone like hesitates
Yep.
or like, I don't know if I should pick that operator or should do this play. So I think trust is a big thing.
100%. I think there's like stuff in game as well, obviously more specific that you would like as like, information, like with
Yeah.
drones and obviously other stuff. But I think, you know, main thing it is trust. And I think it's just like in Siege, like if you're not trusting the thing, like even anything, like if you have excitation, like it's not gonna go good.
And then like some of the best rounds off of that, like the trust is like when you have trust, someone has trust in you, like you'll have trust in them, and then you can like build like micro plays and like big moments just like bouncing off of each other, just because like you guys understand what you guys want to do.
I think also knowing everything that you're doing, like the team is doing. Like if my coach Igl is bringing in strategy, like I have to participate in that
Yep.
and like give my opinion because I'm the one doing the thing in the game and calling it. So I think it's really important to keep up with everything in the game.
Yeah, I can relate to that a lot, actually, you know. Like, I always feel like at least 90% of stuff, like, the only thing maybe I feel like I don't need to be involved is, like, if it's a rush, you know, or something like that, like, on once we're in the tournaments or whatever. Otherwise, I always, like, 90% of the stuff, like, I'm always, like, doing it with the coach or doing it myself, this kind of stuff. Otherwise, I feel like you say, you just don't, if you don't understand what you're doing, even if you know what it means or what's to play, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel natural to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've gone into what you're saying, like you also need to have trust as a guy that's calling, trust in the strat. Because there's definitely some times where like you just don't like calling something.
Yeah, I'm kind of biased. Like the strategies that I do,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the ones
No,
that I actually do
agree.
most of.
No, I'm with you.
I also think you need to be on the same page as a team. Like, I don't know how to explain, but if I'm calling something and like some people want to play like more aggressive or more more passive, you know, that will not work, you know. So I think like as a GL, you have to understand how your team
Wants to play.
like feels and want to play to do the best IGL as well.
I agree.
Because if in my head I want to like spawn pick and do aggro plays, but my team just want to play like really passive, will not work.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess you also need on that for your team to express themselves. You know,
That's
Yeah.
a big thing as well. It's
Yeah.
like you've got to have vocal people on your team
yeah,
too.
you need
Exactly.
I always say like at least 2 people like that have a voice, you know, in the team. You know, like how you got like Solotov and you on your
Yeah,
team. I've
yeah.
got now Mowgli on my team. I feel like at least that 2 players like is really good.
It also like helps you like change like the pacing of like sometimes like your strats because like they'll see like a gap or something, and then you can change like what you want to do based off like what they're seeing. So like I feel like that's a big thing is like IGL like understanding, or your teammates understanding what they are seeing, and then they can relate back to you.
It makes definitely your life harder if you don't have that
Yeah.
kind of player like that can at least tell you like how they want to play. You know.
So we are agree on we need the shot call as well as
Yep.
an IGL, because
Yep.
as a IGL alone you can't do anything.
No,
For sure.
it's actually too much. All
If,
on your
uh,
own. Too
See,
much.
right now in Siege it's too much if you don't have that.
I know for you guys, but like for you 2 and you, like who would you say you guys are like your next, I guess your partner man, you know, the next guy?
What, sorry?
Like who's your shot caller? So I say like who's the next person?
Well, I think since getting him in Citizen, obviously like Ben's like he's got the experience. Same for Pamzel. But like he's obviously like quite a guy on the team, but like his understanding for the game is actually quite high. Like when we talk about the strategy, like being involved with the coach and new ideas, like he's actually always there for that kind of stuff. So I think someone that actually because it's all well and good like us knowing like, okay, we're doing this attack, you're doing this, you're doing that, but they also need to understand like what other people's roles are doing. So like that gives them confidence. Then you can be quicker, you can like progress quicker, all that kind of stuff. So I think I'd say probably them 2 the most.
Yeah, for me, it's Hurts. He's a really aggressive player, you know, Hurts. And sometimes like I really want to do a passive play, like doing the strats, and he just goes like, I want to enter here and do an entry, and like I try to
Incorporates.
exactly, yeah.
Makes sense. I would say mostly for me it's Dream and Silent. Silent's more initial because he's more of an entry, and then Dream's kind of like late round if he's seeing something. I feel like maybe he uses util or something, he'll call like what we need to switch to doing or whatever.